In this video, we're going to be doing trigonometry. I will go through the examples that were in the 2020 paper, mathematics paper 2. We will do question 6. So we'll start with 6.1.1 and finish at 6.1.3. 6.2, 6.3, and 6.4 will be available in the next video. So let's start. So on 6.1.1, wait a bit. So on 6.1.1, we are asked to find the value of tan theta. So before you answer the question, you have to read the information that's given. So let's read the information. In the diagram, P with x is equal to -5 and y is equal to 12, and T lies on the positive x-axis. POT is equal to theta. Now we're asked to find the theta without using the calculator. So tan theta is equal to what? Before you know what tan theta is equal to, you have to know this. Sine theta is equal to y over r. Cos theta in general is equal to x over r, and tan theta in general is equal to y over x. So this is what you have to use, especially in this chapter. Some people use SOHCAHTOA, like that convention where sine is opposite of adjacent, cos is adjacent of hypotenuse, and tan is opposite of adjacent. That is good, but then it really confuses a lot of people here because it's normally applicable when you're working with triangles. But then if you're working with a plane, please use this one. You will thank me later. So we know that tan theta from this, tan theta is y over x. So we simply need to just substitute in the place of y with 12, in the place of x with -5. So in the place of y, we have 12 because at point P, y is equal to 12, and then in the place of x, we have -5 because at point P, x is equal to -5. And then let's go to the second one. On the second one, we are asked to calculate the value of cos theta. We're going to do the same thing. Cos theta is equal to, cos theta is x over r. X is -5 as we know it already. And then r has not been calculated yet. We don't know r because r is the length OP. So it's equal to the square root of x squared plus y squared. I assume everyone knows this formula. This is Pythagoras theorem. So what you do here is to then substitute all your x and your y. So in the place of x, you're going to put -5. -5 is going to give you 25 when squared. And then 12 squared is going to give you 144. 144 plus 25 is equal to 169. The square root of 169 is 13. Now we have our r. And then someone might ask, why is 13 not negative? Why did we choose positive? It's because 13 represents the length of the radius, and the length has magnitude. Magnitude cannot be negative. It's the length. Length cannot be negative. So that's why I chose a positive. And then now let's do 6.1.3. On 6.1, it said that point S with x is equal to a and y is equal to b is a point in the third quadrant such that TOS, the angle, is equal to theta plus 90 degrees. So the third quadrant is this one, right? And therefore, the angle that we're talking about would appear here. I mean, the point would appear here. And of course, when it's, because we measure angles anti-clockwise, this theta plus 90 degrees should be measured from this side to this side. One part of it is theta. Here's theta here. This is theta. And the second part of it, let me highlight it with a different color, is 90 degrees, right? It's 90 degrees. So 90 degrees will be represented by this part here. You see, because this whole angle is made up of two angles, 90 degrees and theta. Okay, now let's continue. We are also told that OS is 5 units, 6.5 units. So this is 6.5 units, this length here. And remember, that is the radius. It's the length OP, length OS. Now we're asked to find the value of B. B is the Y value of OS, or the radius R. A, B. So we want that to be there, the Y value. So when you approach this question, you have to look at the information given, and you have to also look at the type of formula or the relevant trigonometric ratio that you can use, which would help you arrive to the answer. In this case, we are asked to find B is Y. So can be found here, and Y can be found here as well. And we are also told that um, R is 6.5. So definitely we're going to be using this trigonometric ratio here because it has Y and it has R. And it also will account for the angles because that's where we need our angle, because it has the angle there that we can substitute. So sine with, of course, that angle there, theta plus 90 degrees, because that's what we're concerned with. Sine plus 90 degrees is equal to Y over R. This is what we chose. We chose sine theta, so it's Y over R. In the place of Y, we're going to put B. In the place of R, we're going to put 6.5. See, now we have almost everything that we need. And then how do we move from here to the answer? We know that degrees plus theta is the same as sine theta plus 90 degrees is the same as sine 90 degrees plus theta. And we know that sine 90 degrees plus theta is equal to negative cos theta. And if you don't know this, then I will have to make a video on trigonometric identities and compound angle formulas and many of these facts so that you understand them. But this is something you should know at this point, especially if you're in grade 12. So we're just going to say cos theta is equal to B over 6.5. Now that we have cos theta is equal to B over 6.5, we also know something. We also know that cos theta earlier on was discovered to be cos theta was discovered to be negative 5 over 13. So we can just write in the place of cos theta negative 5 over 13. See. So now that you can see this, we can then equate this to B over 6.5. And then manipulate this equation so that it gives us the value of B. Negative and a negative will cancel, so everything here was going to be positive. 13 times B, this is cross multiplication. 13 times B is going to be 13B, and negative 5 times by 6.5 is going to give us a product of course, negative of 5 and 6.5. By the way, the negatives cancelled each other there. So this is going to be 13B equal to 5 multiplied by 6.5. Don't know what's happening with my pen today. And then when you divide by B on both, by 13 on both sides, we're going to get the value of B. You see? And therefore, don't know what's happening with my pen today. So B is going to be equal to the answer that you would get here. And I believe that answer would be negative 5 over 2. You can write it as a mixed fraction or you can write it as a decimal. It really doesn't matter. So this is how you would answer these questions. If you have any comments that you'd like to leave, please make sure that you write them below. And if you like my content, share it with friends, and also subscribe. Encourage them to subscribe as well to help the channel grow. I hope this makes sense. See you in the next video. Thank you for pitching up.